Virgo, Virgo, Virgo. Welcome to my channel, Foolsjourn. So glad you are here. Today we are going to be doing your weekly insight, and I'm going to be using tarot and incorporating oracle to clarify. So let's begin. I've already pre-shuffled all the oracle decks, and now I am working on your tarot. And hope you're having a great week. I'm having a bad hair day, so bear with me. It's humid here. So anyway, let's begin. Let's begin for Virgo. All right. We have got the Queen of Wands, the Seven of Swords, and the King of Discs or King of Pentacles. And our overall energy is the Five of Discs. So let's begin here. My glasses on. All right. So your overall energy is the Five of Discs or the Five of Pentacles. Pentacles are, all the earthly goods or worldly goods. And the Pentacles represent, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energies. It's the earth energies. And this is all about you see this eye, it's looking in, it's looking through darkness, and then there's green all around on the outside, but that eye is looking in. So this eye is kind of giving the impression that it's on the outside. It's like the grass is always greener, and they're on the other side of the railroad tracks, where the grass is not green and life is not good. So they're coming from a place of want, a place of sorrow, a place of despair, a place of hopelessness. Uh, not a place of gratitude, but just place of fear of loss. They're fearing loss. They're fearing bad times. And they're not seeing that there's help around them. The typical tarot has uh, a woman and a child in the snow, walking past a church, beautiful church, stained glass window with the light on, and they're just kind of slumping along like woe is me, not realizing that the church and the spirit and the universe is there to help, and as well as your friends and family if you ask them. So this is coming from a state of despair and loss mentality, fear mentality, worry mentality. And so get out of this can easily be changed. You don't want to be that one looking in. Just the best thing to do is pull on the gratitude, be grateful for everything you do have, and realize that things will turn around, and ask for the help that you need if you need it, because there's so many open doors for you to get through. So don't fear asking, and get out of that lost mentality. It just leaves you stagnant. But in the tarot, they are moving. So it can also represent that you've been in that lost mentality and you're slowly moving forward. You're just pushing ahead. You're not letting it keep you stuck of, that jealousy mode, that lost mentality. These people are they're just pushing on, pushing on. So just remember that, and you will get that green grass soon. So, starting off the read, you've got the Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands, can represent a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy. It's all the Queen of Wands. She is someone who's just full of passion, ideas, bubbly, beautiful. She's the one, or the energy is the one that you don't know why, but you gravitate towards this person. They walk in a room and they might not be gorgeous or anything, but there's just something that you want to hear what they're saying. You want to be around them. You want to feel their energy. They're happy. They think out of the box. They're confident in themselves. So this is a great energy to have. And it's all about fire and passion and energy and excitement and happiness and intuition. And, you know, they're just, how fire, just draws in all the air, and you just get wrapped up in it. And that's the Queen of Wands. So, great energy for you to have. The next, you've got the Seven of Swords. And the Seven of Swords is, I like this card. A lot of people don't like it. I love it because as far as career and advancements, you're thinking out of the box. If there's a problem and someone closes a door on you, you're going to think of a way. You're resourceful. You're going to think of a way to get around it and come back in another side. Like, when all our children wanted to go to New York and get careers and be in finance. And not everyone, of course, can do that. And maybe you didn't have the connections to do that. But the people outside the box went and interviewed with European companies, and they got in the door and what they wanted to do in a European company, and then came back and slayed it in the US. So they thought out of the box, and they came around and went in through the back door and came right up to the front. So just an example, think outside of the box, be resourceful. And the negative side is that sometimes it can represent someone that's negative, deceitful, dishonest, not trustworthy. So watch out for those individuals or energies in your life right now. That's the person who could be smiling in your face and then putting daggers in your back, and you thought it was your best friend, and she could be sleeping with your husband, but you thought, they're the ones who take your secrets and twist and turn them and spew them back out. So watch out for deception in work, career, coworkers, family, whatever, or yourself. Maybe you're having a little touch of that and you're feeling weird about it. But as far as business and whatever, I say go for it, because it's sly as a fox, and it means that you are going to come up for a way to get what you need, as long as you don't hurt anybody. So anyway, I like that energy. But if there is someone that you feel fearful or not trusting, um, you know, keep an eye out for that. And especially if you got that Queen of Wands energy, everyone's kind of enamored with the Queen of Wands, but then there are probably a lot of jealous people because they don't get how this person um, you know, just never fails and is the life of the party, and people love them and gravitate to them, and then whatever they say comes out of their mouth turns into gold. So, you could maybe by having that energy, you're attracting the bad energy. And then you've got the King of Discs, which is the King of Pentacles. The Pentacles is all the earthly goods, family, friends, um, flora, fauna, beautiful houses, money, wealth, career. But he's worked hard for it. He is intelligent and he's a hard worker. And he's unlike the Empress, who is kind of a master of all God's gifts. He has didn't isn't a master, but he learned how to utilize what the world puts in front of him and make something very successful of it. So he knows how to take things, see them differently, and put them into work to be successful. And he is someone who gives great advice, and this is good energy for you. So that is, and he's successful as can be, but he deserves it. He's worked hard, and and maybe he is this person, maybe this is you who's thought outside the box and now is able to put things together properly, and come out successful. So you're going to leave this Five of Pentacles, Five of Discs energy, which you are feeling like loss, and if the grass is greener and maybe a little jealousy, whatever, you're going to get through it and keep pushing on. And this is your possible near future. So fabulous energy for you. Let's pull a few oracles. We'll pull a tea leaf for you. And you've got the ladder, so you are climbing the ladder to success. So here you're gonna be getting to that King of Discs you know persona, to that lifestyle. And you've thought outside of the box to do it. You've come up with great ideas. When doors close, you kind of figured out a way to open them. And you're going to get out of that lost mentality, because you're not going to be looking from the outside in. You're going to be looking from the inside out. So that's great. And we'll finish up with one of these. And this is Dragonfly. And this is have confidence during this time of great joy, renewal, and connection to spirit. So have confidence during this time of great joy, renewal, and connection to spirit. So fabulous ending. And this seems like, you are going to be looking out onto the world instead of looking in from a lost perspective. And you're going to get to this King of Discs. And by being charming, wonderful, enthusiastic, um, and being resourceful. So fabulous, fabulous. And thank you so much. And you all have a great week. I hope you slay the week and come back and see me. Bye.